Attention, Washington Commanders fans. If you want to see the Commanders taking back power and overcoming the Philadelphia Eagles this season, you need to stop everything you're doing and pay close attention. Get ready for some explosive behind-the-scenes information. 3 strategic and secret moves for the draft have leaked that could completely change the history of our franchise, including a heavy play that is already practically locked in for the first round. Who is the target and what is this master move? Hold your excitement as I will reveal the exact details shortly in the video. And it doesn't stop there. There is an aggressive plan being charted in the halls of our front office to attack the market. But there is a huge dilemma regarding our most valuable pick. We are in a critical window, and the dynasty with Jayden Daniels depends entirely on the crucial decision that will be made in the coming days. Stay glued to the screen until the last second, because every detail today is mind-blowing and directly affects our future. Leave a like on the video. It's just a click and helps me a lot to continue bringing the truth about the Commanders to you. Let's go to the video. The Washington Commanders are one of the most unpredictable teams in the 2026 NFL Draft. But an expert believes they will reinforce 2 specific positions. As a fan who follows every move, I know these next few weeks will be crucial for the team's future. They may possibly make a big signing in the first round that could change everything. The Washington Commanders are one of the teams that could stand out in the 2026 NFL Draft, and all eyes are on what they will do when it's their turn to pick. Of course, it all depends on what happens with the first 6 picks before them, but Adam Peters has a tough decision to make. With the draft approaching less than 2 weeks away, speculation is running high. An NFL draft expert revealed 3 moves he believes the Washington Commanders will strategically make. NFL draft expert Jordan Reed predicted 3 maneuvers for the Washington Commanders that could transform the team. No one knows what the teams will do, but Jordan Reed from ESPN gave a guess about what he believes the Commanders will do. This includes selecting a WR and a CB among the top 100 picks in the draft and trying to trade for more picks. All are strong options that the Commanders need to seriously consider. Being WR and CB their weakest positions? Of course, they lack draft capital among the top 100. The Washington Commanders need to acquire a quality WR to complement their offense. After failing to land an elite receiver in free agency, the Commanders must find another outside receiver and an impactful slot receiver. Brandon Ayuk will likely be leaving close to June 1st, so I wouldn't be surprised if a slot receiver became the top priority. They have already analyzed quite a bit of the top slot receivers like Makai Lemon, Omar Cooper Jr., and late-round draft options. They could also select Carnell Tate with the 7th overall pick as the future of the wide receiver position. Either way, this may be Terry McLaurin's last season in Washington. Jayden Daniels needs more help on offense to maximize his potential. The Washington Commanders need to draft a quality CB to strengthen the secondary defense. The cornerback position situation is similar to the wide receiver, but better in some aspects. The Commanders have inquired about starting cornerbacks like Malik Muhammad and Dalen Everett, but also cornerbacks for the nickel position like Keontae Scott, who can play in multiple positions. After the signing of Amik Robertson, they now have 2 cornerbacks under 1.78 mem who can play both inside and outside. But they do not dominate either position completely. Trey Amos seems to be the key piece on one side of the field, but they need another absolute starter on the outside. A boundary cornerback would be ideal for the defense. Mansour Delane or Gerald McCoy could be viable options if they trade positions in the draft, or if they wait until the 71st overall pick to secure Muhammad or Everett. Trading positions may be the best strategic move for the Commanders. The Washington Commanders have only 2 picks in the top 100, and there are rumors that this year's first round will be marked by many trades, especially among the top 10 draft picks. If a player like Ruben Bain Jr. or Carnell Tate falls to the 7th overall pick, the Commanders will likely have a partner willing to negotiate a trade. They could trade some picks and still land a player like Caleb Downs or Makai Lemon. The Commanders could also take a huge step back in the draft. They could select a player like Omar Cooper Jr. in the first round and accumulate a good number of picks. The roster still has a long way to go and needs to be rejuvenated with more prospects. More prospects among the top 100 who can make an immediate impact. And now, get ready to understand the necessary aggression. You'll find out how the Commanders need to be aggressive in trading picks and bolstering their roster. The Washington Commanders have some gaps to fill in their roster. Unfortunately, have the NFL Draft to address these issues. With the 7th pick, the Commanders can go in several directions to improve the team. But the important thing is to secure a second-day pick in the draft, which could further increase the depth of the roster. According to John Keim of ESPN, this is absolutely essential for success. A team willing to move up in the draft will reach out to them, allowing the Commanders to recoup a second-day pick, Keim wrote clearly. Washington enters the draft with 6 picks, but only has 2 in the first 3 rounds to bolster a roster that desperately needs young players. It is unlikely the Commanders will want to drop more than a few spots. There are players they like who could help them and will be available among the top 12 picks. Keem continued. But with only one quarterback expected to be drafted among the top 10, General Manager Adam Peters said at the Combine that it will be difficult to convince any team to move up in the draft. There are a few positions that the Commanders will urgently need to reinforce during the draft. That's why they want to find a way to get more picks to address multiple needs. The Commanders need to be precise, Jordan Reed wrote emphatically about the priorities. Wide receiver and cornerback are two positions that the team must reinforce with their picks among the top 100. And as John said, Washington would not mind trading down to get one or two extra picks, Reed continued. Injuries and a lack of options on the roster hurt the Commanders last season. They hope not to find themselves in that situation again next season in any way. The only crucial factor for the team's recovery is the health of Jayden Daniels. If Daniels stays healthy, the rest will come naturally with time. And now, to wrap up with the right strategy. You will understand why Adam Peters should absolutely keep the 7th overall pick instead of trading down. The 2026 NFL Draft is approaching, and experts have already begun to repeat the same player names. They are constantly envisioning game plans for all 32 teams. The Washington Commanders have several different options regarding the direction they will take in the draft, but many struggle to define exactly how this would play out in practice. Many NFL draft experts, and even the casual fan, will say that General Manager Adam Peters should trade his 7th overall pick. They will say that the Commanders should negotiate because they do not have any second-round picks. They are completely wrong in this analysis. In 2026, the Commanders do not need quantity of picks. They need cornerstone players for the franchise that will last for years. Trading the pick for a lower position does not add value intelligently. Instead, it demonstrates a missed opportunity to acquire a player that the rest of the league will have to consider. This player can impact teams' strategies for the next 5 to 10 years, or even longer. The main argument for trading down is the accumulation of assets. But Peters has already managed to do that in free agency by signing over 15 new players. You do not need 5 very good rookies, you need 1 elite rookie. Keeping the 7th overall pick confirms that the Commanders are paying for that top-tier player, like a Mansour Delane or a Carnell Tate, who can contribute immediately as a starter from day one. By trading down, the Commanders would essentially be betting that 2 unknowns equal 1 guaranteed star player. A bet that typically does not pay off for teams trying to overcome the hurdle of contending for the Super Bowl. The Commanders gave up their 2nd-round pick this season. This happened by acquiring Pro Bowl tackle Laramie Tunsil. For this reason alone, some people believe Peters should trade his pick, this to gain more options, including a 2nd-rounder. This is a fallacy of sunk cost. Trading a pick that has the potential to become a generational talent just to recover a lost pick is simply poor management. If you trade back and end up with, say, the 16th pick, and that player fails, you will have no valuable investment. Keeping the 7th pick likely ensures that your high investment will be a top-notch prospect, one you cannot miss. Quarterback Jayden Daniels is still on his rookie contract. The Commanders should be steadfast in ensuring they make the most of the opportunity he provides them. This is not the time to prepare for the future by acquiring more draft picks. It is time to give Daniels a player who can impact both sides of the field, whether it's the best available receiver or the best defender capable of getting the ball back to him. Any player who can contribute to the ongoing development and success of Daniels has exponentially greater value in the first round than players chosen in later rounds. As demonstrated in the trade-down scenario in the draft, the window of opportunity with Jayden Daniels is limited and must be maximized. The Commanders have a young quarterback who can be an NFL star for the next 10 to 15 years. Wasting this opportunity would be a serious strategic mistake. Adam Peters understands that success now is more important than building for the future. The team is in a position where it can compete immediately with the right adjustments. Keeping the 7th pick allows them to make those adjustments decisively. The Commanders also have a defense that is rapidly improving with the signings in free agency. Adding an elite player in the first round could turn this defense into a true force. This would be especially true if they select a quality cornerback or pass rusher. Draft history shows that first-round picks in elite defensive positions tend to have a higher success rate. The Commanders should take advantage of this opportunity to add a player who can make an immediate difference. As a Commanders fan, I'm confident that Adam Peters will make the right choice. His approach to the draft has been impressive so far. I hope he keeps the 7th pick and uses it to add a pillar to the franchise. So, fan, after discovering the 3 moves that Jordan Reed predicts the Commanders will make in the draft, understanding that John Keem believes the Commanders need to be aggressive in trading picks, and knowing that Adam Peters should absolutely keep the 7th overall pick instead of trading down, which of these strategies makes you the most hopeful? Do you believe the Commanders should really keep the 7th pick for an elite player, or would it be smarter to trade down for more picks and address multiple needs? And more importantly, do you trust that Adam Peters will make the right choices in the draft to maximize the opportunity window with Jayden Daniels? Or are we just postponing the inevitable and need more drastic changes in the organization? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think about the future of the Washington Commanders.